For the Clean Sweep core, the controls are now done and all known bugs are fixed, but more testing will be done to see if any other issues arise. The progress for OutRun didn't go as scheduled for Hotego. Originally, he expected to release a beta last Friday, but the sprites were causing issues. Now, it looks like sprites are close to working, so hopefully a beta comes soon. Some work in progress posts have been shown for the Xaind Sleena core. The developer showed some minor graphical glitches that need to be fixed. The developer also showed the game running in simulation, and from an outside view, it looks to be running pretty well. There are a list of to-dos though, like optimizing the loading of tiles from SD-RAM, fixing sprite glitches, and implementing sound. MiSTer Addons aluminum cases are now on sale. These cases can cool your MiSTer setup passively, so a fan is not needed. Options available for the cases are the digital or analog I/O board, 4 available colors, and customizable buttons. Check out the post on MiSTer Addons' website for the full details. A while back, I spoke about a core for Dragon's Lair being developed. Since then, there has been several updates made regarding this core. It seems to be a FPGA port of the software emulator Daphne that can run multiple Laserdisc arcade games. On the project's GitHub, you can see what parts of the hardware has been sourced for Verilog versions. That includes the M6809 and Z80 chips. On Patreon, the developer also posts an update showing video appearing in the game, but I believe nothing is playable yet. The core is being developed by Carl Lerman, and you can support updates and help support the work through Patreon. Core developer Pierco is working on the arcade game Express Raider by Data East. It's very early in the development process, so he's going through some kinks now. Luckily, his work is being made a little easier because of a CPU implementation by Andrew Holm that is also in Hotego's JT framework. There's also a custom chip that was already decapped and had HDL extracted by Furtek. The developer of the PCXT Core held a vote on whether to use a new menu or not. The new menu system looks similar to the AO486 Core's menu, and I personally like it because of the familiarity. The voting by users also seems to like the new menu better too. By the time this video is up, the voting will be done. And hopefully, if you're a fan of the core, you appreciate any new changes that might be coming. The Ypsilon's Update All script has reached version 2.0. The major change here is switching from Bash and doing a full rewrite in Python. Using Python has allowed the developer to offer a UI that behaves better and is more informative, while dramatically reducing maintenance. Upgrading is simple. As long as you have activated Downloader in your current version of Update All, you will be upgraded the next time you update. Other changes are, in version 2.0, there is only one INI file for settings except for the arcade organizer. MameGetter gets replaced by the arcade ROMs DB. A new database will be included going forward. Wizzle's MiSTer Extensions database will now be an option in the unofficial scripts settings. It installs several useful scripts like the favorite scripts. And if you're a Patreon subscriber, you will have the option to choose a different color scheme. There's only one extra color scheme available, but more themes are planned in the future. The Update All script is free to download, and it's pretty much a necessity to keep your MiSTer up to date, so please consider supporting the Ypsilon on Patreon. And other miscellaneous MiSTer fixes and updates are, for the PCXT Core, a simulated composite video mode was added thanks to Mills. There are improved floppy disk drive parameters to support the 14.318 MHz CPU speed. This was thanks to Kitsune-san. MS Mouse wrapper was added by Antonio Sanchez, and with that addition, Kitsune-san was able to add mouse support with that wrapper. For the Sega Master System Core, a turbo option was added thanks to Turbo Code. Birdie Bro added a quirk for the Japanese version of Ease that fixes a graphics bug. There are fixes to Populus's broken audio sample at startup thanks to Hotego. The core now switches to the correct SG-1000 palette for .sg ROMs thanks to Birdie Bro. The Crosshair None option was fixed, and the framework was updated. For the Super Game Boy Core, the slow real-time clock was fixed. For the Inferno Arcade Core, the PIA 6821 chip was updated using DAR FPGA's changes to fix sound. For the computer's Lynx 486/96 core, the framework was updated. For the Ryzen core, there were various fixes to GP 9001 stability, including priority level logic, and a fix for CPU interrupts in battle back rate. And for the main MiSTer software, INI integer parsing was fixed. That's it for other updates. Please also try to support Sorge, the maintainer of the MiSTer project, and other MiSTer developers and contributors on support platforms such as Patreon and Ko-fi. Their hard work allows us to enjoy this amazing project. And now for the Analogue Pocket news. Shane Lynch showed off more of the two-player Link support for the NES core. He showed off Battletoads working in Link mode. You'll need all the help you can get in that game, so Link mode should make things a little easier. The TurboGrafx-16 core was released. There were some issues regarding the license, but that has been resolved. A core for the arcade game Snow Bros has been released, and Hotego has also shown off OutRun running in the Analogue Pocket. So that's it for this episode. I provided links to all my sources in the description. Make sure you also check out RetroRGB.com to see my MiSTer News videos in blog form and to get more retro-related content. And if possible, support them on Patreon too. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like. And if you want to see more content like this, hit the subscribe button and its bell icon so you can get notified of future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you next time.